Hi there. Today I want to just show you a very quick way of how you can check whether your broker is an ECN stroke STP non-dealing desk broker. All you got to do is you go to this icon over here that says new order. You click on it, and where it says this drop down here where it says type, you'll have market execution and obviously pending order. Now for the ECN broker, it will be market execution. So this shows that this broker is an ECN broker. Now if you're looking at a market maker, then what will happen is you will see in that same block where it says type, it'll say instant execution. And then the other thing that you want to check is your pending orders. So it'll either be your buy limit, sell limit, but what you really want to be looking for is where it's what it says over here. If it says the open price you set must differ from the market price by at least 0 points, must be 0, then you'll know that this is an ECN broker as well. Right, if your pending order comes up with this message over here that says there must be at least X amount of points from the market price, then you'll know that this is a market maker. So those are two ways that you can easily check to see whether your broker is an ECN or a market maker type of broker. Alright, so why do you want to have these type of brokers? Right, I'm just going to quickly go through some of the things or the tricks that the market maker brokers try and play on you. And these are some of the things that the market maker brokers will try and do on your account in order for them to make more money out of the process. So essentially what they do is, and I'm sure a lot of you will have seen that this actually occurs in your everyday trading, they'll widen spreads, large amounts of slippage, stop hunting, slow execution, so they slow the feed right down. And then what they also use is there's algorithms which are written into the MetaTrader platform, or they have plugins that they can put onto the platform that will then work against you as the trader and essentially will cause you to lose on your trades or have less of a profit on your trades. And I mean, why do these type of brokers want to do this? Well, effectively what they're doing is they use a thing called, or a process that they use is called booking. And what that means is that it's not a real market. They're making the market, i.e. the word market maker. So the market that you're seeing, that you actually see on your platform, is not being passed on, or the trades are not being passed on to the liquidity providers. And what they're doing is they're internalizing the trade. It looks as if it's being traded on the real market, but it isn't. And what happens is they then basically take those trades, internalize them, and essentially what happens is any of the trades that are taken where you make money is basically a loss of theirs, and where you losing, they gaining. So it's a very crooked way of doing business, and what you want to try to do is steer clear of these type of brokers. Here's some more things that you can look at to identify if your broker is actually an ECN slash STP type of broker, and if they're actually conducting their business in an ethical manner. And I'm not saying that all market maker brokers are unethical and use these type of tactics against you, but a large percentage of them do. And I'd say probably about 90% of the brokers that are out there that are market makers in some form or fashion will trade against you and pull those type of tricks in it that I mentioned before. So what you want to be looking for is, and these are the type of things when you're choosing your broker, is if they have fixed spreads, right? Then these are how to identify the broker as a market maker. If they have a high leverage, so if they offer you anything over, say, 100 to 1, what they're wanting to do is to get you to trade with basically more risk and blow your account quicker. They also offer trading bonuses that basically will entice you to trade on their platform, but it locks you in as well. They'll also offer very low spreads with no commissions, and often they use the wording that they'll use is from 0 pips. So you think you're trading with a very, very low spread, almost zero. The problem is when you actually look at the spreads on the platform, they're nowhere near zero. And when they execute you, they don't execute you at the price that you're looking at. What they'll also do is if you are looking, if you've had a trade and there's a dispute and you're looking for a trade report on the actual query that you're having on your trade, they will never offer you this information because, as I said, it's being internalized and they cannot show you the actual trade that was passed on to the liquidity provider. If you are with a true ECN broker or an STP broker, they will be able to provide you with the detail of those trades, when the trade was taken, at what price it was taken, and where you were filled, and with which liquidity provider you were filled. The other thing to look out for is the regulation. A lot of these brokers are not regulated with very respected regulatory authorities, and yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. But a lot of these brokers go with the easier method of getting regulation, and a lot of these brokers that you find that are market makers have gone that route, and they normally have a SISEC regulation, which is based in Cyprus. What you want to be looking for is more the bigger or better regulatory bodies who are with the say the FCA or the FSA. They also give a lot of requotes, so you'll often see when you're trying to trade, they slow the execution down. There's requotes, and also when you're trying to withdraw money, they'll normally draw the whole process out. It takes a long time for you get the money out, and they'll delay those withdrawals. So that's another sign. Most of these type of brokers are also white labels for other, say, larger brokers. So they'll use the infrastructure of the larger broker, and then they plug into that broker's feeds, and they white label it. A lot of these type of brokers also will tell you one thing but do another thing. So there's a huge lack of transparency and trust, and you'll often find that their call centers, they do not have an in-house call center. It's normally farmed out to another organization, maybe overseas, sitting in India, wherever. So it's a lot cheaper for them to do that. And then you'll see that some of the brokers then will also use a hybrid type of system. So they will segregate their clients. So they look at the trading, the way the traders trade and how successful they are, and then they profile these traders, and they have various means of working with these traders. So a lot of the time, if they see that you are part of the group of traders that are losing, they will then essentially just debook you and trade against you. With the clients that are possibly good traders and they want to look after them, they'll give them maybe a better execution, and then they could even take the same trades as these traders, and or they could again slow the feeds down and make it really difficult for these traders to be successful. So in any event, what they do is they wait, they look at the various types of traders, and the process is then weighted in their favor so that they will come out 80 to 90% of the time, or if not higher. They will it will be weighted in their favor for them to make money. Right, so now lastly, I've done a lot of research. I've been in the business for many years, 15 years, over 15 years, trading as a full-time professional trader, and I've seen a lot of brokers, especially on MetaTrader, who have taken advantage of many traders. Recently, I was invited to go overseas to Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, to have a look at a brokerage firm there. I was very impressed with what they um, have to say and the way that they do business. Very ethical bunch of people, and I was just really blown away with their vision of how they are actually looking to expand this market, but in a very ethical manner, and to do the basically their execution and the way that they do business is at another level. They are really very trustworthy. Um, Obviously, you will have to see if you want to have a look at this broker. Do your research. Don't take my word for it. But I would suggest check them out, have a look at them, and make your own decision. But make an informed decision. The name of the company is called Scandinavian Capital Markets. As I said, they're located in Stockholm, Sweden. They're a prime STP broker. They have a solid regulation with the FSA, the Swedish Financial Supervisory Authority. There's their registration number. They're a global prime brokerage, so they deal with top tier one liquidity providers that go through, they get their liquidity from the likes of Goldman Sachs, Barclays, Deutsche Bank, Bank of America, all very reputable. They offer true segregated accounts. Many of these brokers don't offer these type of accounts. What happens is they offer you an account and they say it's segregated, but it's not. What they're doing is they essentially taking that money, and a lot of the time that money is used for operations of the company. They only deal with the top banks, so some of the top banks in Europe. These are some of them here: Swedbank, Nordea Bank, and SEB. The execution is ultra fast. So, I mean, whether you are scalping or trading at a high level, lots of volume, you'll be filled, and it's an instantaneous fill. So it goes direct to market. There's no third parties in that. It goes straight through to their providers. And here the infrastructure that they use, they've got execution speeds down to 10 milliseconds, and they connect to Equinox NY4 data center. Now, if you're a money manager or you're looking for specific liquidity solutions and you want to customize that, they can assist you with that. Very flexible, and they can tailor it to the client's specific needs. As I said, they have low spreads and low commissions. Transparency is very big. They are looking to gain the trust of the traders, and they can definitely on demand give you receipts of your trade and who executed the trade at what time and with which bank or liquidity provider. Full transparency. Professional traders have access to the actual raw spreads, plus your commissions. That's how they make their money, on their commissions. Withdrawals are fast and efficient, so you have an on-demand withdrawal, and MAM accounts are available, multi-account manager. You can have unlimited, if you're a money manager, you have unlimited customer accounts that you connect to your MAM accounts, and they can the solutions for the exchange technologies are really of a superior nature. They have back office to manage your risks, trade activities, positions, and settlements. So you can be assured there's going to be no requotes, no delays between your trades, as they have a central processing system, one-click order entry. It's available on NT4 and a GUI interface. They allow expert advisor trading, and you can have multi master accounts, as well as the different strategies that you can trade on the EAs. There's no dealing desk, so you do not have any conflict of interest when you're trading through this broker. And as I said, yeah, we've just seen how they how you can double check them on a live account. Obviously, when you're doing that check, when you're checking for market execution and zero pip points between the market price and the open price, you need to do that on a live account whenever you're checking for an ECN broker. Anyway, I will leave a link at the bottom that you can click on, and that will take you through to their website, through to Scandinavian Capital Markets website, and you can have a look at what they have to offer and go through the website and check all the information for yourself. But I can vouch for them. I really believe that they are going to change the way that trading is done and how it can be done in an ethical manner. That's all for now. Cheers. Bye.